Okay, there we go. Welcome everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and it's a Wednesday impromptu. I don't know how long I'll stream, depending on other streamers. I want to roll up my sleeves a little bit because we're going to get into the paint. It is a paint shirt, but I mean, I just don't like to drag paint along the, project. So we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to do a little project here that we'll see how it goes. And I had a person I wanted to give it to give a shout out to. I try to do a YouTuber drawing every now and then. Well, this person, I haven't even talked about drawing her, but I thought I would make her a little gift and talk about her. So we're going to use this old Chanel magazine. I think JJ sent me this a couple years ago, probably. Let me see if there's even a date on it. But we're going to turn it into a kind of a magazine journal, okay? We're going to kind of try to turn it into a magazine journal. Let me move this kind of out of the way. We're going to kind of turn it into a magazine journal, and I'm making it for somebody. Yeah, painting project, yeah. And I just thought of it 5 minutes ago. Well, 5 minutes before I got online. So we'll see how it works. But y'all seen magazine journals before, where you take, let me grab one here and show you. I just showed them not too long ago. There's a couple of them. Now these are double up on the page. I mean the mag. This is like two magazines here. This is two magazines here. And what I do is I'll take and, paint out things. Sometimes I'll add more collage, but it's pretty much a paint out thing, like reversing out, kind of like a reverse collage where you're painting out stuff. Well, that's kind of what I'm going to do. I don't think I'll say who it's for till the end. Hey, Jeannie. So anyway, I'll just say this. Now, don't give it away if you know who I'm thinking of, Juju. But Juju knows who I'm going to send this. I mean, I think Juju would guess who I'm sending this to. But don't say, Juju. Don't say, okay? But anyway, so we'll see if it turns out. Might not turn out. If it turns out like carp, we won't send it, okay? So here's the plan. It's just a catalog-like of makeup models and stuff like that. But I thought we would do both paint out and collage, right? Yeah. So I'm going to get out some paint. It's got kind of like I don't know if it's like an old flag there and this girl on the front. But I think we'll start out with painting out the cover. And I'll get my trusty heat gun here because we're going to need that if we're going to go through page after page after page. I think we'll start. Let's start with red. Or let's start with like burgundy red maybe. Let's see. Alizarin crimson. I got another alizarin. That one's almost empty. Got to find one that has some paint in it. Deep burgundy. That'll work. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. It'll be chillaxing. I mean, it's not a lot of thinking in it. Your first magazine journal had 400 pages, and the one you have now is 500, and it's taking. Well, you don't have to hurry, Julie. Her last name's not Topaz. It's not like a race, right? Well, unless you're streaming. That's what I told. I think it was Marie, Coach Marie on Twitter. She's coloring in the Pirate Girl, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I see why it's taken so long. I mean, I see why you talk about lightly shading. It's taken me forever." And I said, "Well, it's not a race." Unless you're streaming. So you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush any project. I think so. Angie Bell, did you answer your email? Yeah, because I'm thinking about next week, Angie. Okay, so, let me get some water, my water here. All right. Let me get a kind of a mid-sized brush. Let's get a medium-sized brush for right now. And I just I dampen off the brush, and then I damp it off on a paper towel right there. I think, I think JJ sent this to me a couple years ago. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a magazine journal. So I'm just going to start. We kind of want I am probably going to I might need some wax paper just so I don't stick the pages together. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's not like this has to be that neat, right? You've been working on it for over a year and you're ready to move on. Well, now there, yeah. Well, but you know what, Julie? Keep it handy. That's what I do with desk journals. You know, I have all kinds of desk journals. I never really finish them, but I'm always working in them. And I'll pull out different ones for different, you know, whatever I'm what kind of like in the mood for, you know, that week or whatever, just to have something to throw paint in. Okay, good. All right. Thank you, Angie Bell. I thought maybe you were ignoring me. No, I figured you were probably out of town, actually. I thought maybe she's on the roller derby circuit this week. So, all right. So I'm just going to paint. I think that'll be a pretty color. I'm going to do the front and back. And we'll just see where it takes us. We'll see where it takes us. I think I want to get rid of the... Let's see. Let's just go this way. We'll have to put 2 coats. You know what? I should have probably put black first. Well, or white. I'll just put 2 coats. I think we'll just go this way. We'll put 2 coats of red. To cover, because red, yellow, and lime green are translucent, so you usually see through them, you know. So we're just going to play with a magazine, or a catalog in this case. So let that dry, we'll put another coat on there. And we might do some collaging too. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. You leave it on your desk? Yeah. Do you have a YouTube? Jill, you could show us yours. Hey, Carrie. Anybody else popping in? I don't think Julie has a YouTube channel. Wish she did. She has a Facebook, but I don't know if she's been posting. Have you posted any of your magazine journal pages on Facebook, Julie? I don't remember. It's hard for me to keep up with who posts where, right? You know, this is drying pretty quick, so I've got 2 fans on and 6 lights, so it's drying pretty quick. So, yeah. Let me allow links here. I don't think Sherry opened them. Yes, she did. Okay. There you go. Links are open if you want to direct link it, Julie. Anybody else too? I got a little bit. I didn't want red on her hand. Gotta get my baby wipes at the ready. So if you're just joining us, I'm gonna try to, I'll paint over it. I'm gonna try to do a magazine journal. It's a catalog, but I'm gonna try to finish a whole catalog in the show. I'm not sure how many pages are in here. I didn't count them. But it's essentially a painting out process rather than a covering up rather than a collaging over process. Yeah, she was. Yeah, I know, Carrie. I figured you had gone to get that second cup of coffee, and since Sherry was here early. I want to get this dry so I can turn it over and do the back. Hey, Jean. So what we're doing today is that I'm making this actually for a YouTuber who doesn't know it's for her. I literally thought of this 5 minutes before I came on. I said, well, I know what I want to do. So as a shout out to a YouTuber, since I didn't hear back from somebody this week. So this is for like a shout out for a YouTuber. I'm not drawing this person. I'm not drawing this person, but I thought I wanted to give her a shout out, but I'm not going to tell you who it is till the end. Aren't I terrible? And yeah, so I'm going to do this project and send it to her. Just because. We'll go back to drawing portraits next week. As my shout outs. Yes, I'm making a present. Well, it's just kind of like, it's not like a present. It's just a rack. We'll call it that. Well, I guess a rack is a present, but so I'm just using one of these catalogs that JJ had sent me a couple years ago, and it's been sitting on the to be used bookshelf. I have a bookshelf in the mural room. I have bookshelves everywhere, but the bookshelf in the mural room, I have a kids bookshelf that's all kids books, and then I have two other small shelves that are for books that I use for collaging or mixed media. Just, I hate to say I use them for cutting up, but that's really what they're there for. And so I store them on two bookshelves in the other room because I don't have room in here. The bookshelves that I have in my art room here are my art books, right? Okay, so there we go. I'm liking that. I think I'll do this corner up here too. Hey, Katie. Who else is here? Crocker too. Lynn. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. Popping in. It's impromptu Wednesday. I don't want to take too long because I'm not sure what time Joycey stream. I mean, if she's streaming, I haven't seen, but she usually streams at 1. So 10, 11, 12. Well, I wouldn't go longer than 3 hours anyway. So we'll see how far we get in 3 hours. If I don't finish it in 3 hours, I'll finish it off camera, Okay, so let me hit this with the heat gun. Okay, Jean, don't drop us. Don't drop us, Jean. When you carry us to the other room. Hey there, sister woman. Scruffy camper sister woman. You're up early, too. You girls got up early this morning. Everybody, Jean. Well, Jean's usually up. Well, she's awake, usually. Sherry's here early. Colleen. Jeannie. All of y'all are here earlier than normal. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you all using the heat gun. So let's see. I think that's dry. Okay, so there we go. We got that. Now let me put another coat here now that this is dry. And then we'll get on to the inside. Now, I've actually done a whole magazine in one show. Paint out one magazine in a show. That was a few years ago. But and again, just because I'm rushing doesn't mean you have to when you do a project, because I'm trying to get it all scrambled in 3 hours. Well, 2 hours and 50 minutes, Hey, Mel G. Hey, Sarah. I think Sarah did a stream. Did you stream what day today? Wednesday? Did you stream yesterday, Sarah? I haven't looked. We're doing a magazine journal. Okay, I think that's dry. All right, so there we go. We got the covers done. All right, so let me use up some of this red. I'm just going to randomly open a page here. And let's just do these two. This one's black already. I think I'll just, if it's a black page like that, I think I might just leave that and then maybe collage on here. And then on the other pages, see, again, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to need a, I don't mind paint getting over the edge. I just don't want to stick the pages together. I don't want to stick the pages together with paint. So it probably would be better if I put a piece of wax paper. So I don't have to think about it, just along the edges while I'm doing it. Otherwise, I'll be sticking them together. I know I will. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's going to be kind of chillax day. There's no real thinking to this. I think I'll make this one let's make this one kind of messy. Let's do that. I know it is early for you, Colleen, but like you said, Tom woke you up, so. And tell him we're all, hoping the best for him. How you doing, sister woman? Hope you're feeling better. I know you weren't feeling well last week. I think it was last week. I lose track of time. I really do. I lose track of time. So we're just going to paint out a catalog. It's a catalog. And we're going to just paint it out like a magazine journal. You did stream yesterday. Started working on your first tunnel book. Okay, I'm not sure what a tunnel book is, Sarah. Tell us what a tunnel book is and put your link in. A tunnel book. That sounds fun. I hadn't heard that one. I have to go run down and get me some coffee in a minute, too. My sister calls. Oh, yay! Well, congratulations, Mel, on your for your sister. We miss you too, sister woman. You're always so busy. Gadabout the country. Well, actually, the world. You and Darcy Glam. If y'all don't know, Scrappy Camper Sisters, Darcy Glam's sister, and they're the Scrappy Camper Sisters. And they usually do a Saturday stream the first Saturday of, the first Saturday of every month. Okay, let's hit that with a heat gun. We're going to be doing a lot of heat gunning, so, turn your volume down if it irritates you. Oh, okay, it's like a cutout book. Okay, so Sarah says it's a book where you can see from the first page all the way through to the back. Okay. Awesome. Make sure it's dry in the crevices, because, when you close it, if you close it on wet paint, it's going to stick in the spine. And also, remember, it's best. Sorry, I know it's going to probably get loud because I'm going to be trying to talk over the heat gun. The other thing too, when you're doing a magazine journal, I've shown it in the other ones. Let me grab it right here. And I'm not doing this thick of a one, so it may not matter as much. But if you just go from front to back in a magazine journal, this is what happens to the spine. And this one's got two, but see how it starts to bend? The spine starts to bend there. But if you go from front, back, it stays more. This is a different one. It still bends a little, because I obviously still did more from the front, but it won't bend as much. So when you're doing one of these kind of things, you want to go do some in the front, some in the back, some in the front, some in the back. So if you have any questions, put them in caps. And if you're watching this recording, it's a live show with mostly live people. Some are sleeping. But it's... So, yeah. Okay, so I kind of used up that red paint. I'll probably have to go get some fresh water, too, in my paint things. This is my... Look. This is when y'all hear me over here cleaning my brush. And it's going to get dirty real quick. So I might even have to make a couple trips to clean my water out. Because, I'll be cleaning my brush a lot. Okay, so I want it kind of scruffy like that. You don't have to have them all perfectly flat. You can do it either way. All right, so now I'm just going to pick some random colors and kind of... The other thing in the magazines, that those other two books that I just showed you, they're old Somerset Studio. Well, not Somerset Studio, the Somerset Studio. They're Somerset Publications, Stampington Publications, like maybe the Blog one or the Apprentice one, or there's different ones. And they have a lot of color in them. This is, a clothing and, Chanel catalogs. There's not a lot of color. Oh, let's do this one as a good example. So what you can do is you can pick out colors from the images and use that as your color base, or two colors if you want, like maybe teal and this maybe a pink or a coral, right? So you can do that. Let's go with this coral color, coral blush. So I'll probably need, also I'm going to have to need more than one, because I don't want to get, I'm going to have to keep the paint separate so I don't get muddy colors here. Did I miss something? You're going to IKEA tomorrow. Oh, okay. Your craft stuff's all. Oh, you're redoing your craft room, sister woman? Oh my gosh, that's a job in itself. I know. I didn't even redo my whole room with Denise's help. I just did like a throw out, All right, so let me get a couple more. Let me get another piece of wax paper. I just keep it once they're dry. Once the wax paper's dry, you can keep using them, All right, so let's go around these edges. All right, so if you have any questions, just holla. Now, you can do a couple things. You can go right along the edge of a piece, like, right up to the edge of a square, or you can just kind of paint it however. And you can still blend it. You can still blend it with your finger or a baby wipe. So don't feel like you have to stay right up on a line, right? You can go over, and I want to keep moving my wax paper down so I don't glue the pages together. But this is not going to be like a neat project. I mean, it's a quick and dirty, quick and dirty painting project. And if y'all just join me, this is going to somebody. I've already got in mind who I'm going to send this to. I haven't said yet. So let's get back up this way. Oh, I gotta be careful not to, well, it's not gonna matter because I'm gonna paint it anyway. I just don't want to glue the pages together. So if you're just not into just watching paint dry, today's show is probably not for you. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some smeary paint on here with the baby wipe, something like that. So they're kind of in the, peeking out through there, right? All right, same thing over here. And we'll see how far we get in a couple hours. And we'll just chat. If y'all have any questions, this is a good time to ask questions because I can watch chat and do this. This is not going to be I don't have to think a lot. It's just more of just painting out kind of thing. You like to watch paint dry? Some people do, and again, because it's a live chat, we're here talking. So it's, that's fun for all of us here. But if, you're watching this as a recording, I'm not sure how fun it is going to be. We're going to do it anyway. Right. And the person I'm sending this to is the kind of crafter, artist, whatever you want to call it, creative, that will do something with this. I'll just say that. They would be likely to do something with this. Kind of like, remember when I sent Shannon Green she did the journaling by fives, and instead of doing a journal, we did art cards with it, and I sent her all the art cards. I don't know if she ever did anything with them. Maybe I told her to give them away, if nothing else. But, so the person that I'm sending this to would probably be, likely to use it, just like, Shannon would be likely to use the art cards that I sent her. Okay, so there we go. So you kind of get the idea, right, of how to paint out a page. Now, you can also, I don't know how I'll have time to do this with every page, but I'm going to show you something else you can do with it. All right, let me dry this. Uh-oh, I think I just wiped paint across my face. Hey, Steffi, anybody else popping in? Kathy, K-Bird Kathy, Mad Rat, Deb Boring. Hey, Deb, it's early for her, too. Okay, so the other thing you can do, and again, I apologize if I start talking over the heat gun and it gets loud, so yeah, just bear with me. All right, so the other thing that you can do when you do one of these paint out pages is you can take, let's go ahead and take like maybe the kind of a yellow color, like the kind of yellow that's in her hair. Let's see, this one's kind of good. That might not be quite, well, it might be bright enough. Let's go with this other one. Let's go with Moon Yellow. And I got to shake them up. Always remember, shake up your craft paints. And if you don't use a color, I'll give you an example. If you see a color sitting on your shelf and if you have them sitting sideways, see how that one's looking like it needs to be shook up, shaken up? So if you're just sitting here and you see your paints, you know, just take a minute to pick it off the shelf and shake it up. I have a couple here that I haven't used in a while, these colors, which I'll probably end up using today because I'm going to use a lot of color. Like, here's a good example. Say you want to keep shake, you know, don't let them sit for months or years, you know, and let them get like that because they'll last a long time. Got some of these that last. My Americana paints, they last forever as long as you shake them. Don't let them, you know, and make sure you keep your caps closed because then once air gets in there, then of course they can dry out. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze out some of this Moon Yellow, and what you can do is just take a palette knife. Oops, where is it here? Take a palette knife and just kind of pick up some. And then now with a light touch, and it's going to depend on how light of a touch you have, how well it's going to look, but you can kind of scrape over some of it. And if it gets somewhere where you don't, if it gets too thick or something, take your baby wipe, you know, and you can wipe away. But this is another way to add like another color in there and kind of blend around and add another color. Again, you got to work into the spine, but make sure you dry this really well in the spine before you close it. Otherwise, you're going to glue your pages together, right? So I think I'm just going to do lightly. And the other thing I'll show you too, if we have time, toward the end, is you can go back and put your, inks, take your ink pads and distress around the edges. So depending on how distressed you want it or not, And I know the colors look a little off here. Let me see if I can let me turn down my camera brightness just a little there. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, that's a little better. My hands look tan, but it makes the color look better, more correct. It's either one or the other. You either have good color on your project or you have a dark tan. When you turn the light down. Anyway, so it just depends on how messy you like your pages. I kind of like them a little messy. When I do a project like this. So I'm just taking my palette knife and kind of scraping it around, all around the edges, just to give it some like texture-y stuff. And again, the colors are more accurate to the clothing and the hair. Not that that matters, but that's kind of like my challenge to myself is to try to like match the colors, not 100%, but coordinate. Let's say coordinate. I like to coordinate the colors with the project. Okay, so there you go. So that's kind of like all on that one, unless I add ink. Well, let me dry this one and I'll add some ink just to show you in case we don't get time. So this is just an idea. You don't have to make it along with me. It's just you can make a note of the idea, to use your magazines. And we're all using them these days. I mean, magazines and, junk mail and all that. And I might, if we have time, I'll do another little flip in my other magazine journals. Make sure you really get it, good and dry though before you close it. But don't hit it so long that it starts bubbling up your pages, right? I don't care if it smears or anything. I just don't want it to glue together. All right, so let me just get a... sure how much is left in this strawberry. These are my Dar scented. I call my Dar tins because Artie Dar is the one that sent me all the old Ranger scented ink pads. This one's strawberry, and they still smell. I mean, they just do not lose their smell. I don't even know how old these are, and of course they don't put dates on things because they don't want you to know how old things are. But they still work. So what I do is then I can just take this and kind of like, can you see that right there? I don't know if it's showing up. Let me do it down here. All right, so now watch. Here we go. See? And you can kind of smear. And if it gets too blobby and you don't like that, just take your baby wipe and kind of blend it off like that. But it gives it a nice bright finish on some of your pages like that. See? So you can do that with your ink pads. Now dry it because that's wet. You know, you want to still dry that. Congratulations again, Mel, on your sister. Yeah, now, somebody just mentioned Posca pens. I don't know if you're talking about using them on this. But yeah, Posca pens, you know, any of the acrylic, you know, the Sharpie poster paint pens and all that. I'm not going to do any kind of thing like that. I'm going to leave it to the person that I send it to. That's still damp right there. I'll have to hit it again in a second. The person I'm going to send it to, I'm going to leave it up to them to do whatever extra journaling, decorating, or usefulness of the book. Okay? You know, I just want to make sure, see, it's still wet, and I'm not sure the heat gun's going to really dry it. What I'll do in this case is I'll just go ahead and keep a piece of the wax paper between it for a minute. Because I just don't want them to stick together, right? I don't want them to glue it shut. So there you go. You can see what you can do with just a couple of colors of paint, you know, a palette knife and an ink pad, right? And, you know, I think that looks pretty awesome. You know, it looks pretty awesome. Does anyone know why there's a red nose day? I have no idea. Never even heard of it. But if anybody knows, it would be Eileen. You weren't here the other day, Sister Woman, when we read the limericks from Limerick Day. Okay, so again, all right, let's see. I still have some pink left here. Let's see if I can find a page that I want to use that pink on. Here's some pink right here. Well, it's actually, well, okay, we'll go with this one. I kind of like to space them out, though. I don't like all the colors together. I want them kind of, here we go. No, that's kind of lavender. I want lavender on this page. Let's go ahead and get out some lavender. Where's my lavender paint? Ah, here we go. And it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, guys, the colors on the camera. Okay, so like this one's got a plugged up top, so let's just take the lid off and pour some out. Because if you don't close it up, you're going to get a paint booger. And I don't have Boo to clean them out for me anymore. She's too busy. All right, so let me just kind of wet that down a little. All right, so let's put some things in it. I took that out. Hope it's not going to stick. We'll just have to check on it. I just don't want my pages to stick together. Okay. If y'all have any questions, put them in caps. Well, it's just a catalog. It's just a little catalog. And I was going to count how many pages were in it. Because they're not numbered. It's because it's a catalog, you know. So I think... So I just start by getting rid of any advertising, the white borders, you know, it's kind of like a negative space. Oh, Carrie brought it up the other day, the Sean, my Sean Connery I'll show you another way to the same process, but using it in an old book. Let me finish this page, and then I'll pull that book out and show you guys. What we've done in a book. You can do the same thing in if you get a book on clearance or something, or an old book that you don't want, or and if you're a book purist, don't email me. I'm telling you, we're saving the books from the landfill. We're saving them from the landfill when we reuse them in an artistic way. All right. So I'm just going to kind of scuff this edge here. Need a little water. Got a paint a little dry there. So I'm just going to kind of just blend it in a little like that. Which you can do that with a brush or a baby wipe. And it's going to depend on the color too. Red's not going to cover as well. Lime green and yellow. They're very translucent. I heard Sean called you on your... Yes, he did. Oh my gosh, that is so hilarious. Darcy, I hope I saved that email. Darcy Glam had Sean Connery call me. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I hope I still have it saved. I saved it, so I just got to remember where I put it. That's hilarious. Dee, I heard it was your birthday. I wanted to thank you. I wanted to tell you. I can't do it right now. I wanted to tell you happy birthday. I can't do it. Don't make me do a Sean right now. All right. So you can see this is looking pretty good. Again, maybe grab a purple. And we can scrape paint or not. This one looks kind of cool without any extra palette knife scraping on it, doesn't it? Hey, Aunt Mama 4. If you don't have a used bookstore, Mel, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, all the bookstores have clearance books. They always have tables where they're selling books for $2 or $3, $4. They just want to get rid of them. Oh yeah, I'll take them. Make sure I don't, get any. Hey, Flint Rock. Arden Rain. Speaking of Rain, where's Rain been? I haven't seen Rain around for a while. Hope she's okay. Okay, so let me do the purple and then I'll show you that book. Let me see if I can find here's a purple. Okay, this one's pretty old. Eggplant. Let's see if this is still. Now you want to have a light touch at first, because otherwise you're going to have a smack of a square, right? Let's see. There we go. So you can see. So you want to do it kind of gently if you're going direct to paper like this. See? So you can just get a coordinating color and just kind of start. Let's go around the edges a little, and it's not going to be perfect. If you're into the perfection, if you're into the perfection, this is probably a good project for you to get over that, right? This is a get over yourself project for sure. It is for sure a get over yourself project. All right, so there you go. See? So you just kind of add a little purple edge to it. All right, so I should just bring all my ink pads over here. All right, so while that's sitting for just a second, I'll show you the Sean Connery. I need a library room like me, like Dee Dee. Well, my library room are not books to alter. And I was saying earlier, Scrappy Camper's sister, Jonna, I call her Sister Woman. I have 2 bookshelves in my mural room that are just books for using for cutting up and playing in. Right? Okay, so let me see. Here it is. Okay, so, I just saw another. I need to go through all my art journals. I'm telling you, people, I love to deconstruct my old art journals and reuse things. Like, I got all kinds of those what are they called? Smash books with the pretty papers in them. I need to deconstruct those babies and use them for other things. Okay, so this book right here, it is, let's see, get my ruler out again. I never remember any of the sizes of anything. It is an 8 by, little over, it's a clear ruler, almost 15, 8 by 14 and a half. 15, right in that area. And I've collage painted and varnished this cover, right? So it's protected front and back. It's just some pieces of scrap paper, scraped paint, and kind of like we're doing here. And even did the spine there. And then I varnished it with my varnish. And so, yeah. But what it is, it was an old, and I probably even covered up the, I even covered up the initial page, the contents page. But what it is cityscapes. It was a book of cityscapes. And now, well, let me just show, because I was nowhere near done. But it's all kinds of places around the world, like this. This is a good example to show you, because I can show you one that's almost similar to that. And what you do is you paint out. Where's the one I'm thinking of? I'll show them all to you here in a minute, but I'm looking for this one page. One particular page. I won't show you Sean yet. Okay, well, here's a good example. So you can take a page like this and paint it out like this. All right, now I used a lot of black in this one, and it is kind of flashing out a little bit, guys. The black is real dark, dark black, but it's not showing up that well on camera. But you paint it all out and just leave areas. Then you can create your own worlds with these. Or you can use it as a journaling thing, a book, if you want to use white Posca. Or it doesn't have to be, you can paint it out white. I have a couple pages with some other colors too. Okay, so what it is just painting out. I call it reverse collage, because you're reversing everything. You're painting out things. Okay, so you can see this might have had all kinds of text and people on it. I don't remember what was under everything. But then you can take this and then you can continue it in and to make it into something, or just use it for, you know, whatever. Okay, here's just a page. I just whited it all out. And I do not pre-gesso anything. If I want something whited out, I'll just put a couple coats of white acrylic paint. Black paint covers it all up. So here's another example. Okay, so I painted out the sky. I painted out the background. I left a little bit of this here. And then I painted around the buildings. So this is the photograph. See how it's shiny? That's the photograph right there. And if you do a full-on collage on here, you can varnish the whole page when you're done, so you won't see a distinction between the shiny paper and your matte paint. And you can either paint it all matte, or you can paint it all gloss, or varnish it, so it's all consistent. Hey, Vicki. So you can see how we painted around. I say we because everybody was here when we did these. Anytime you guys are here, it's a we. All right. And so again, I'm just going to kind of flip through some of the pages. There's just a whited page. Go there. There. See? So it's just fun. Now this one, I got some paint on it and closed the book, and so it kind of tore. So I need to repaint these little dots. I got torn areas there. But you can see how you can just paint out anything, and then you can do all your own kind of stuff in here. Okay. And again, right here, the paint tore. See, I didn't let it dry, so the paint kind of, you got to be careful in the crevices. Here's one where I started painting out white. Not that I'm going to leave this one white, but I wanted to white out all that area because I wanted to paint a bright color on it. So yeah, here's one where we started painting out, and then I started painting my own clouds. Here's the clouds in the photograph, and I just started adding my own clouds. You can just play in these books, guys. So if you have old, just old travel, a travel catalog, that has pictures of the cities and stuff like that. Here's one where I painted out blue. Mostly I did black in this one. Here's red and orange. You can coordinate with the colors in the picture. Very interesting. I'm full of inspiration already, Dee Dee. I have never seen anything like this. Well, the girls that have been around for 5-6 years have seen this because we've done this on a live show. But I don't know that I think I have shown at least once on a YouTube video, upload. Okay, here's red and green. Here's where I took and painted it all out, then added some white. I had, just a start, just playing. Here's one with some multicolor. But you can take your picture, you can turn it into a whole fantasy landscape. But just using the photograph, right? Here's one where I'm starting to paint out. Wait, is there a page there? No. Painted all this out, and now I'm going to do a whole star scene. Okay, guys, sorry it's flashing out. There we go. Well, there we go. You can... There, well, it still wants to flash out, but there you go. You can kind of see it there. And then this one, has kind of a funny story to it because the day we streamed this, Ustream was having some major hiccups, and I think it just ended up with 3 of us in the Ustream out of everybody. Got, it was like a net split or something. I don't remember. Carrie was there. And so this was kind of, we were making fun of the problems, the technical issues and everything we were having that day while we were painting this one. So it's kind of like an underwater city. So there's the top of the world, right? There's the top of the world. Hey, Iffy! Iffy's birthday, was it Tuesday, I think? Yeah. Iffy's birthday was yesterday. Yeah, I think, or maybe it's today. Anyway, she's got a card out to her. I don't remember. I'll have to look in my book. Iffy's birthday is either yesterday or today. So happy birthday, Iffy. So there's the top of the world. And then underneath, we did a whole undersea world, including like a mermaid. So yeah, so you can do all kinds. You remember this page? Yeah, Vicki was there. So here's another one. Just paint out everything. I'm getting to Sean here in a minute. And then I have a whole bunch of pages where there's nothing. This one was a fountain, and we did it fire and water. So on this side we did water, and this side we did fire. And again, guys, sorry it keeps flashing out. So we did a fire and water. Then I got a bunch of pages with nothing in them. And here's another one. So you can just see. This was a statue, I think. And we just painted out the statue. Again, I say we because everybody was here. The net splits were really bad for that period of time, like every stream. I know, right, Carrie? It was bad for a while. And then on top of that, I was having modem issues. And I was like trying to find a room in my house that would pick up my internet. And I would literally stream in every room in my house. Except the bathroom. I told the girls, if you ever see me streaming in the bathroom, that's it, girls. That's it. But I finally got it all worked out. And then so here's kind of, what you can see here. But you can paint out all of this and just leave that, right? Any of this is the same way. Okay, let's see here. So there's another one. So I just want to show you, here's some tissue, I carry tissue paper. Put that in the palazzo there. The palazzo? Oh my goodness. So here you go. You can see, so this could end up being, you could, extend, let me just grab a white pencil. You can play, just play. Mm-hmm. Get over the hump. See? And now look, you got a whole world going on right there. Okay, so the next picture, I love this ad, and I moved it, so it's not right there on the wall. What did I do with it? Anyway, there's this ad with Sean Connery in it, and he looks hot in this ad. And Hubster, anytime he sees that ad, I don't know. It's kind of been around for a while, so I don't know if it's still being put out as an ad. But it's it's what brand is it? Oh my goodness, it just slipped my mind. Oh my goodness. Oh, what's the bag company? Somebody help me out here, because it's not on this ad. I cut the ad out. What's the leather bag company that Boo loves? Well, anyway, I'll think of it as I tell the story, or somebody here will snap it to me. So anyway, oh my gosh, I tell this story so many times. So anyway, Hubster showed Boo this ad with Sean Connery and the bag in it. And he was showing her, and he goes, "Look, your Nana loves this ad." And he was talking about because it was Sean Connery. No, it's not Gucci. Oh my gosh, does it start with a V? Oh my gosh, it just totally slipped my mind. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Jean. Jean just told me. So Hubster says, "Look, your Nana loves this ad." And Boo zeroed in on the bag and went, "Oh, Louis Vuitton." So yeah, it was a Louis Vuitton. Thank you, Jean. And so anyway, it's so cute because every time I see the ad now, of course, I remember that story because Boo was totally oblivious to Sean Connery. But anyway, so I love Sean Connery. If there's one actor I would ever be like starstruck by, it would be Sean Connery. So we put him in the fountain. So there's our Sean Connery in the fountain. So anyway, this was we had so much fun with this the day we made this page. So yeah, but actually he's sitting on a dock with a Louis Vuitton bag next to him. Yeah. So anyway, I think I got a couple more pages done in here. Let's see. Okay, this one. This is a good example of where you can carry the page too. So I painted out the whole courtyard here gray, except we left the birds, we left all the pigeons, and this guy was there. This is part of the photograph, right? This is part of the photograph. But blacked out the sky and made it like a starry sky, and he's going down the yellow brick road, and he's going through time. So yeah, he's my time traveler. So there's my little time traveler page. Yes, we had a blast with Sean. It was a fun one. So yeah, so you can kind of see what you can do with the pages. Let's see, do I have any more? I think, there's more like that. But anyway, you get the idea, right? So there's the Sean page. All right, so here we go, back to the same kind of principle here, right? Of getting rid of what you don't want. All right, so there we go on that one. All right, so let's get another color of pink. Oh, I still have some of that coral there I want to use. So let's flip through and see if I can find a place to use the coral again. Here we now this one actually needs the lavender as well. So let's go ahead and put out a little bit more lavender. Oh, I gotta open this one. I forgot. This one got dried paint in the cap because I was bad and didn't close it. Come on out. Come on out. I was bad on this one. I think I'm gonna need more than that. Yes. Oh, it's a catalog, and I don't know how many pages are in here. Let me just flip through and tell you. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm counting, 10, 12, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 40. I'm guessing about 50 pages. I'm guesstimating 50 pages. Now, whether we get this done or not in this time, but I'm gifting this to a YouTuber that will use it, and this is the kind of thing she'd like. And no, it's not Shannon Green, and we were talking about that earlier. Shannon, I sent her the Journaling by 5 Journaling by Five cards that we did under her project. And Vicky's even doing, she's doing the on moss journaling, Shannon journal project, but this is not for Shannon. I think Shannon's probably got enough of these. I'd send her one of these, she'd probably, oh God, oh Lord, oh Lord. I can hear Shannon now if I sent her this. So it's not for Shannon. Oh, you girls. Okay, so, where's that page with the, here we go. All right, so let me get back. And again, I'm probably going to have to go get me some fresh coffee and some fresh water. My water's getting dirty, and I don't want muddy colors. I mean, you know. All right, so let's put some, if y'all have any questions, put them in. Hey, Val, anybody else popping in? Oh, there's Silver Screen's daughter. Silver Screen's daughter has a YouTube channel, and she messaged, where's my other piece? Oh, here. She left me a comment, said, oh, I loved hearing you talk to my mom on your show. I'm like, well, who's your mom? And then she told me, and I said, oh, okay, yeah. I said, she was fun. Silver Screen is a lot of fun. Anyway, so yeah, that was cute. Your daughter commented, Silver Screen. All right, so we're just going to kind of blend this in. Hey, Whippy. So we're just doing this. It's the same thing we do with the magazine journal, except it's just a catalog, right? It's just a catalog. I think I'll leave a little bit of red leg there so you can see it. And JJ, I think, sent me this catalog a couple years ago. It's just been sitting there waiting for this project. Waiting for this project. So it's the same thing that you saw in the Cityscape. The same thing in the magazine journals that I showed you earlier. Now, I didn't do a flip through of those today because I've flipped through them before. But we'll see how much time we have, and maybe I'll just show a few pages out of it. But you can use the color. The reason that I like that the magazine journals was it's a good way to practice your color matching skills. To try to kind of coordinate and match your colors with what's going on the page. Whereas the Cityscape one was just more blocking out, you know, for you to work on. Not that these aren't going to be worked on. I'm hoping the person I send it to will do something with this book. All right, let me get a little more water in that lavender. Okay, so I'm just going to cover up this whole side. And again, you could collage stuff on it. I'm going to do some paint scraping on this one. I still have some of that yellow left over here. So if you have any questions, big fan. Oh, thanks, Silver Screen. Yeah, she was real sweet. I went and followed her channel because she gave her mom a shout out. Anybody that gives her mom a shout out needs someone to follow, you know, needs people to follow them. I'm all about that, right? I don't care what she was doing. She could have been, didn't matter to me what kind of channel she had. I think I watched one of her videos, but anybody that gives her mom a shout out deserves a subby. I told my grandkids when I first started, my uploading to YouTube. I said, "Have you two subscribed to your Nana yet?" At first they said no. And Boo's all over YouTube. Boo's a YouTube, like she can find anything on YouTube. She is a YouTube guru, okay? And I said, "Have y'all followed your Nana yet?" And they went, "No." And I said, "You two need to step up your game." Just saying. And so the next time I said, "Y'all follow Nana yet?" "Yes." Oh, anyway. Cam has watched a few of my shows. This isn't something Boo would do, so Boo's not in it. She wants her makeup, her fingernails, her, craft projects, sewing projects, the girls that model their fashions and their clothes of the week. Yeah, Boo's all over that. Hi, Judy Patootie. All right, so this doesn't need to be real neat because I'm going to scrape some more paint on it, right? All right, heat gun. Hey, LBO. Did I say good morning to you, Jean? I'm not sure if I did. I think I just made fun of you and moved on. Said, oh, Jean's awake? And yeah, but yeah, Sassy Pants is here. Yeah, and Scrappy Campbell Sisters and Darcy have their mom on their show all the time. Well, not all the time, but whenever they're together. I've had my mom and Ken on here. I think I've had mom on my Ustream show at least 3 different times, maybe 4. But most of those were before I was uploading to YouTube. Okay, so again, I have some left over. I think I want to add a little white to that, though. I want to lighten up that yellow. It has a yellow tinge to it here, but not that yellow, so I'm going to add a little bit of white to that and get my, where is it? All right, here it is. And then kind of just mix me up some light. So just get some, I just want some scraping going on here. Just lightly, like maybe that's kind of carrying over from that. Like the wind, like flying with the wind in her tinnies. And again, if you don't like it, choppy looking like that, then just take your baby wipe and look. I'll show you on this one. You can totally, while the paint's wet, blend it all out. Now, this is not coated with matte medium, so you can't do that my collage technique like with just wet paint. It's not gonna go away like if it had matte medium under it. But you can do all kinds of fun things with a palette knife, right? Might want to thicken it up right in here. So I'm just kind of showing you what you can do with it just to make it fun. And again, you can put your ink on there. Let me dry it though. But you want to make sure it's dry before you take an ink pad to it. You'll ruin your ink pad if you go over this with wet acrylic paint. Just saying. Don't email me if you ruin your ink pad. You got to dry it first. Hey, Kim. Anybody else popping in? Thanks, everybody, for being here. I know I've missed saying hi to some of you. Attack of the 60-foot line. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, this is going to be, I'm sending this off to somebody. And I don't think she's here, so. I haven't checked the chat list here. I need to check the chat list. Just giving it another YouTube shout out thing. All right, so I think it's dry. You want to, nope, see it's wet right there. Let's dry that. Don't want to you run your ink pads over the wet acrylic paint, and they're goners. I don't think there's any recovery from getting acrylic paint in your ink pad. All right, so then I'm just, in whatever color. I mean, I'll take whatever brand, whatever color. And then I'm just going to take this purple, and again, just look. See, you can add the depth by going around the edges. See? And while it's wet, if you get a harsh line you don't want, while it's wet, you can kind of blend that out, right? But I don't care, I'm more about just getting a kind of fun texture-y stuff going on around the edges. And kind of just making it like rough looking on purpose, right? Making it real grungy. That's the word I'm looking for. Grunge it up. Yeah, grunge it up. Okay. But the ink doesn't dry as quickly with the heat gun, some of them. I guess it depends on if it's a distressed ink, a permanent ink, whatever. But, you got to be careful when you're doing a whole bunch of pages like I'm doing here that you don't glue your pages together when you close it. Hey, Janet. So if you're just joining us, let me show again. We're taking a catalog This is just like a 50-page catalog. And again, see how it's starting to want to warp going that way? So I need to go to the back of the book and start working a few pages in the back. Because like I showed you in these, this is what will happen. Here's the worst of the ones that I have. See how I got 2 magazines here? But see how, oh. But notice that how the spine is doing on this one, it's because I did too many from the front and didn't go back front, back front, back front. So this is what will happen. Whereas in this one, I was more careful to go front to back. It still warps some, right? It still warps some, but not near as much as if you just go front to back. Okay, so... all right, let's keep moving on. So here's the front, here's the back. We painted that, painted this, left this part just like it was, and then we've done a couple, 3 pages now. This one, this one, this one, and just painted red around this, and this, I'm going to leave that red and black like that. So, yeah. All right, let's just go ahead and do this inside front cover here. Went to Michael's last night on sale. Oh, yes. 50% off on the Crayola. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Okay, so let's see. Let's go with a gold color. I mean, it's hard to tell on camera that really does match. I'm just going to pop it into this light color here, and I think I'll just do some scraping on this one. So instead of painting the whole thing, I'm just going to kind of scrape in some color. Okay, cover up some of the ads, and I'm picking up, see, 2 colors there, the white and the yellow. It's just a fun way to play with color and texture and everything else. Now, if I don't want it all going one way, you want to kind of go the other way, you know, kind of the way you scrape. And if you don't like the way it's going, just kind of blend some out. I want some of that texture. I don't want it all to go away. And I think I'll add some brown on top of it to kind of tone it back again. All right, let me go ahead and put all this on here. See, but you got to kind of be quick if you're doing 50 pages in 2 hours. Just saying. We got to be a little quicker, a little less rabbit trails. Okay, so let me get some brown. Looking around for some brown. What color is that? Okay, that's antique maroon. Oh, that still looks good. There's some red, hints of red in there. So I'm going to pick up some of that. Just kind of smear some of that in there. It's just some fun pages. And then again, like I said, you can use this for whatever after you're done. Some of them might look like more of a hot mess than others. But the point isn't to make them necessarily, I mean, they can still look pretty, but it's to get them covered up. All right, so now I got some brown in there, so now I'm going to take my baby wipe and just kind of blend some of the brown in with the yellow. See, it kind of gives it a, and again, there's no matte medium on any of this, so it's not going to blend like it would, you know, like when I do my collage cards and journal pages, because the matte medium is what makes the paint float. Right? We're not floating here today. Oh, okay. So there we go. You know, and it's just a base for whatever else you want to do on it. Let me hit you. But you could mist it up. I mean, you know, we could take, I'll put some clouds on it. How about that? Or some mist, at least. All right, so let me get a clean place on a palette. I'm going to have to get out some more palettes. And I'm going to have to go get some more coffee in a minute. All right, so let's just go ahead and let's get a clean baby wipe. right, some of us maybe. I must miss that. I love the yellow. Oh, yellow. Yeah. Well, I kind of got rid of it, didn't I, Sarah? Okay, so I'm gonna get some, make some mist. Okay, and we can mist some of this, or kind of fog it up, whatever. Okay, to make it some fog on there, some mist. So kind of mist it up there, and then bring down, well, let's put some misty stuff down here. Just a little bit here. And then you can make clouds going across the middle. I don't know, guys. We're playing here. All right, so now I can do some clouds. Got to get in a little. And this is taking it farther than I wanted to today. I want to just kind of really get the base of the magazine or the catalog done and then send it on its merry way to the person I'm gifting it to. But I can't, it's hard not to show different techniques when they come to my mind as we're doing something. I go, oh, see, I would want to put some clouds on that. Now I'm going to want to make it rain next. So. Some drippage, that would be good. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone. I mean, this is just like well, I can't leave it alone. I can't stop. I can't stop. Okay, thanks, Karen. Well, I'm not going to repeat that. I don't know what something about somebody's skin condition. I don't know what that was about. That scrolled off, and I think I'm glad it did. Anyway, you can kind of see, all right. It's very, linear like, and I don't usually like it that way, but we're gonna leave that. Okay, so let me hit this with a heat gun and go to the next page. I know, I have a compulsion to finish a page, right, Jean? But you know what? Let me see something here. Let me get my scissors. I'm thinking because it's kind of a coated, let's see if we can scrape in. We can, look. We're going to scrape in some rain. Well, I'm essentially scraping off the paint that I just put on. Now, it's not scraping. This must be a different coat. This one's got a shinier coat. This has got a different, it's not scraping off as well. And I don't want to cut the page, but okay, that's good. Look. See? It's a little too uniform for the idea of the rain, but yeah, there we go. Okay, we scraped in some rain. All right, let's make sure it's dry before we go to the next page. Okay, let's go from the back now. And I'm probably going to have to fix, because if there's going to be paint on my table, I'm going to want this, I'm not going to want the covers to be all scarred up. But I'm going to get paint on the covers by just the sheer messiness of it. See, yeah, like that? Okay, so this is just got a white page. I'm just going to leave that for now. Okay, here's Karl Lagerfeld. I think that's how you say it, Karl Lagerfeld. So let's, it's got all kinds of pretty colors around there. That's some pretty, it's almost like a razzleberry. Let's go with razzleberry. Let's go with some razzleberry. I think that's pretty well dried there. We'll go put some razzleberry on top. All right, let's put something in between so we're not gluing the pages. You got to kind of keep it moving. I mean, I don't want to feel like I'm doing a journaling by fives, Shannon. But you got to kind of keep moving if you want to get 50 pages done. And we ain't near done because we're lollygagging. Yeah, let it look a little loved. Yeah, because we're lollygagging here. All right. And again, some paints are, you know, more translucent, and if you don't like the see-through, I want this to kind of be see-through here because I want to keep some of that that background there because that's the color inspiration right there. But I'll get an initial coat of paint on. Because you can always just add a second coat if you want it more full coverage, right? If you want it more flat paint. So we'll see where it goes. Make sure when you dry the spine before you change pages. All right, after this page, I'm going to go run and get some coffee. All right, so I think I'm going to add some black to this just because of his black suit. Okay, I'm not missing anything yet. Okay, or some black paint. Oh, I have to get some new. I'm almost out of this black paint. I think I need another jar. Okay, I think what I'll do. Let's go ahead and just use up this pink. There. And where's my palette knife? A nice dramatic effect for old Carl. Okay, and then I think I'll add a little water. Oops, sorry guys, I bumped the camera. Add a little water to that black. Give me a nice fluffy brush. And let's just splatter. Let's do some old splatters on Carl here. If I get on his face, as long as I catch it while it's wet, you know, I got a couple splatters there on his face. As long as I catch it while it's still wet, I can wipe that off. Now you just can't let it, there's no matte medium on here, so you're not protected from the splatters. So you gotta, you know, get it while it's wet, right? Oh, that's the wrong brush. Where's my fluffy right here? Okay. So this will be a good one to let sit for a second while I go get some coffee, right? All right, so there we go. All right, let me go and get some coffee, and then we'll move on. Yeah, he's awesome. I don't know how you pronounce his name. His first name. Is it Tech? No, it's not Tech. How do you pronounce? Somebody can phonetically put it in for me if they know. But yeah, he's in Singapore, and he does watercolors. He does sketchbooks on the go. He just got back from another travel thing, and I mean, he's awesome. He does product reviews. He's awesome. I've been following for a while. Okay, so let me go run and get some coffee, guys. I'll be right back. 1 second. Remember, we gotta get 50 pages done. Yeah, wish me luck. Okay, sip of coffee. Oh, look who's here. Okay, so, Cage Fish Carla, welcome to your gift. So, I'm not drawing Cage Fish Carla for a YouTube shout out. Instead, we're gifting Cage Fish Carla a magazine journal that I know she will collage up or glue book up or something. So, let me dry this. His name's Teo. T-O. T-O. Okay, T-O Che? Is it T-O Chi? Yeah, T-O. But I forget his whole name. Yes, it's for Carla. Let me get this page dry and I'll show her what we got so far. So, Cage Fish Carla, she was in the, let me get it right here. She was in the Heart Journal magazine with me. This right there. There we go. There she is. So anyway, her nickname is Caged Fish. So put your link in there, Carla, so everybody can find you, and I'll put it in my description box. I'll put it in my description box at the end of the show, too. It's a shout out for you, Carla. Just suck it up and take it. No, I'm just kidding. She's going, what for me? Take the compliment. Yeah, T-O Yi Chi Chien. Okay. I'll never get it wrong. No, I won't remember it later. Thanks, Sarah. But yeah, I love his channel. Y'all can feel free to put it in if y'all have it handy. I check on him at least every other day. Yes, Carla does all kinds of glue books and all kinds of journals and projects. She just did a new show yesterday. I watched most of it on recording yesterday, Carla. I couldn't be there, but I watched it last night. I watched the recording. So this is what we got so far. Okay, let me make sure now. Wait, you got to make sure it's dry before you close it. You don't want to glue it together. So what this is, Carla, it's a magazine, a catalog. It's like a Chanel catalog that JJ sent me a few years ago. So we put paint on the front and back. I'm trying to finish all 50 pages, or there as close as I can, in 2.5 hours. But I keep getting on rabbit trails. These girls make me go on rabbit trails. So we got that one done. We got, see, now like this, I'll leave. I'll just leave that probably, I'll find the pages that, got that one painted out. So we're kind of painting this out for you, Carla. See, like this, for you to work in. For whatever you want to do. Use it as a glue book, one of your, and she has all kinds of different names for all her different kinds of, I don't want to call them junk journals, because they're not all junk journals. They're not like just junk. It's glued in a book. I mean, it's all kinds of cool glue book information. Well, good. See, you would have just got it in the mail and you wouldn't have known. No, I was going to say at the end of the show. And then Karl Lagerfeld there at the back. And then there's a white page there. I don't know, maybe we could just paint the whole thing. But I'm trying to get the pages done that are like this, that we can paint out. You know what I mean, Vern? This one's got a nice bright orange. Let's go with bright orange. Let's go with pumpkin. It is, yeah, this is fun. I showed, I won't take the time to show them again right now, Carla, the magazine journals and the skyscraper book and all that, because otherwise I won't finish your book if I take too much time. Oh, I'm going to have to go get some fresh water, I think. This might bring black paint into my orange paint. I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're going to go, oh, wait. So it's just a shout out for you, Carla, so people know about your channel. Not that, they don't already, but, if there's somebody that doesn't. I'm going to pick up some white and orange to make it a little bit more opaque. Okay. And you can be neat about it. Like on some of the other, one of the girls, I went real carefully around it, around the girl. But I want to kind of keep some of these colors. So I'm going to kind of just do a rub, you know, paint and rub, if you want to call it that. I'm going to have to get some more white paint out. So I just thought I'd do a little impromptu with this. And, I mean, I've done these kind of, you know, seen like in the magazine journal, but I thought of using this particular catalog for you like 5 minutes before the show, Carla. I said, oh, we're going to do that for Carla. That'd be perfect. So just the inspiration hit me. So yeah, let me get a little bit more white paint out. A little bit more white and orange. It's kind of like a dreamsicle. I think Jean's the one that brought that up on one of her shows last week. Was it you, Jean, that brought up dreamsicles, something with orange? I saw somebody talking about it. I said, oh yeah, so this is looking like a dreamsicle. The white and the orange swirly ice cream. Y'all remember those? I guess they still make them. Tweeted yesterday. I did. Oh, okay. I know you streamed. I couldn't be there though at the live show is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's because I didn't know you were on. It's just I couldn't be there. So I watched the recording. Most of it anyway. I haven't watched 100%. But so yeah. Yeah, we finally got Carla, I think you're not an egg anymore, right? Didn't you give yourself a face on Twitter? Yeah, I don't know who did it. Who was talking about it? Yeah, maybe it was Vicky. Maybe it was Vicky. Vicky BR that talked about the dreamsicles. Yeah, maybe it was her. And by the way, I got to, I'm going to send Vicky some more confetti. She has to finish that confetti page. Put your link in there too, Vicky. Yeah, Vicky just got back into doing some videos. And she's doing the Shannon Green's giant everything but the kitchen sink. Well, it actually includes the kitchen sink. In the journal, let me get some more white paint out. On Moss, ENMASSE journal that Shannon Green created for everybody to do. This is as close as it's going to get for me, because her journaling by fives. I think I don't know how many projects we did with that. Anyway, so Vicky is doing that again, or continuing on it and starting to video again. This is Vicky BR, not Miss Vicky B. Well, everybody's going. We have to distinguish between Miss Vicky B. So anyway, Vicky BR, Alligator Vicky, because she's from Louisiana, so we call her Alligator Vicky. Is I'm spending way too much time on this. I'm talking too much. I need some more orange. Did a couple videos, and one of her pages, she goes, I thought I was going to have a whole bunch of confetti. We'll see how much time I have here. I'll show you my confetti, Vicky. And so I said, I'm going to send Vicky some confetti to finish her confetti page. You're fussing Carla for not tweeting. Okay, when she streams. Well, she said she did. She said she tweeted yesterday. So there we go. You just kind of get the idea, right? And I just added a little bit of white, even though it looks like a dreamsicle now, it does cover up more. Okay, so what I'm going to show you, though, and I'll do it again here, as soon as I dry this, is take some ink and go around it. So I think that's enough. Carla can, she's fully capable of finishing these pages, trust me. So Vicky's throwing shade at Carla. Okay, got it. You faced yourself, Carla? Okay, good. Carla's no longer an egg. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll have to dig out my confetti bags. So I put all my confetti in those little jewel, the little ATC size Ziploc bags. Because I bought a lot of it when I was, throwing it on scrapbooking pages, just because that was like a trend. And so I, jumped on that trend, probably thanks to Eileen, the enabler elf. No, not really. I can't blame it all on Eileen. We try, but it's not all on Eileen. So I have all kinds of confetti. Vicki, for you to finish that confetti page. Here's Coach Marie. We were talking about you earlier in your coloring. The original Vicki, yes. Vicki VR is the original Vicki. Thanks, sister woman. Okay, you want to make sure, again, the paint is 100% dry before you start slathering on ink, because you don't want to ruin your ink pads. So, let me see here. See this orange, and I think this orange is kind of like not bright orange, so I think this will work. We'll see. Some of them might be, oh, there we go. All right, so see how you can just kind of, I don't know if you can see it. Let me hold it up. See if you can, when I hold it up. Here we go. See how you can make cool texture just by running your ink pad over it like that? I'm running out of clean spots on my desk. There we go. I think you can see that. See, it just gives it more oomph. See? But make sure your acrylic is dry before you do this. Don't email me and say, you made me ruin one of my ink pads, Dee Dee. All right, so let's hit this with the heat gun. And the ink does kind of sit on top for a minute while it's dry, so you got to be careful before I'm going fast and page to page to page, but you really want everything to dry, or put you a piece of wax paper between the pages because you don't want them to stick together. Okay, you can't hear me talking over the heat gun? I've been trying not to yell, so. I think pretty much all I said was make sure that your wet paint is dry before you take a scraping your ink pads over it, because you'll ruin your ink pad. Yeah, and anybody watching the recording, the YouTube, Vicki just started YouTubing again with the En Masse Journal. It's Cajun, well, it's CAJUNSTMPR for Cajun Stamper, abbreviated. Okay, so I'm making the ink a little sticky with the heat gun. So you kind of you got to be careful with the inks. But I'm going to put a piece of wax paper in here for now, and I'll get another piece of wax paper to use, because I don't want these pages to stick together while I'm flipping from one to the next, right? All right, let's see what other pretty, okay, this is a good one to paint out the girls, right? All right, so let's go with, let's just go with some pink, some hot pink. Yeah, let's go with carousel pink. Almost out of that color, and I have to go. I got another one over here, I think. Let's do two colors. Let's do carousel pink and kind of this, let's go with my favorite blue, the blue Harbor blue. So we'll get those two colors. I'll try not to get them muddy because I'm working on top of colors here. I usually can hear just that time. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm going to do a couple colors here. Oh, let me get some. All right, let's start with the blue Harbor on her. So anyway, guys, this is just a little fun project, a little shout out for Carla. And I do have plans to draw the next shout out. Let's see, this thing, I'll just go right along. For YouTubers, because I like to shout out the YouTubers that I like and watch and stuff too. I mean, because, you know, all the you streamers get the attention here. When we're in the live chat, you know, and showing links and everything. But I appreciate everybody that's following me on YouTube as well. So I like to show my appreciation. Did you send Vicki a gator stamp? You mean like a rubber stamp? I don't know. If I did, it would have been so many years ago. I forgot. So I don't know if I sent her one or not. I can't say that I did. So I'm going to do the top here with the blue and the bottom half with the pink. And again, if you're doing this, guys, you can take more time, you know. Don't have to be in a rush like I am when I'm streaming. Oh, let's get it off her face. Now, as long as you catch it while it's wet, because remember, there's no matte medium on here. That technique of blending your colors with on top of matte medium is not going to work when there's no matte medium there. I finished the Pirate Girl. Yes, I finished the Pirate Girl. I posted it. I posted it on. If you're asking if everybody did, I know there's a few people that are working on. I don't know if they're here. Rubber stamp used an alligator stamp in the file folder fodder that was from Vicki BR. Oh, I used an alligator stamp. No, I don't think so. I think the alligator stamp I used was from that set. It's an alphabet set. I think I still have it. I'll look in a minute. It's an alphabet stamp. I don't remember who made the set, but it's the whole alphabet, and it's got the alligator on it. I think that's what I used. Oh, okay. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, Queenie, because I don't check my messages while I'm here. So I'll look at it after we're done. Okay, let me get a little bit more of the Blue Harbor. And come down this way. And I think I'm going to blend in the pink. Let's kind of encircle them. How about that? Something like this, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to put pink right in the middle there. Okay, clean the brush. Yeah, I'm confused on this. Yeah, no, I have a stamp set that I bought. That's an alphabet, and it has a alligator in the set. And if y'all are asking me if I used the stamp I used, I think that was it. And it's a stamp I bought, so. But I don't know which one Vicki's, talking about in her journal. Okay, I think I have to put 2 coats because this pink is translucent, right? Let's just kind of swirl it into our hair there. Let's kind of just... I'm going to put another coat as soon as this one kind of sets up a little bit. You know, especially if you go over shiny magazine pages, it's going to take a couple coats to cover well. I'll just kind of blend that into them. Let's see, where's my baby white? All right, let me let this sit for just a second, kind of blend that in, and then I'll put another coat of the pink to make it like covered a little bit better down here. Because I want this more pink right here too. Let that sit for just a second. Let me see if I can find that stamps. Flip real quick and see. Can't promise you. I'm flipping. Hang on. Flip, flip, flip. Flipping through my tub of stamps. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe I gave it away. Maybe I did send it. Did I send it to Vicki? I don't know. I don't see it, guys. It's the alphabet stamp set. I can't find it. I must have given it away. All right. Let me hit this with a heat gun. I can't find it. I think I gave the set away. Well, I'm not looking really hard either. I didn't look real hard for it, guys, because I don't want to take too much time away from this. Well, I might have had, I still might have it, Carol, Whippy, but I just can't find it right this second. Ooh, I am gonna have to go clean get some fresh paint, water, because my paint water is getting really muddy. All right, so let me put a coat right here and want to cover this up nice. All righty. So I kind of want to, like they're in some little areas. Let's see. All right, that's going to be good enough. Just put some color down. Let's get some color down. You're clutching your pearls. Oh my gosh. Let me look again, Whippy. Whippy goes, I was clutching my pearls. I hope you kept him. Well, I would have given the whole set of alphabet set away. I wouldn't have just given I wouldn't have just kept, I wouldn't have separated the alphabet. And I have a big tub. My stamps are, they're all kept in sleeves, and I flip through them. Well, I shouldn't say all of them. The demounted ones. Clutching your pearls. That's what she looks like she's doing. Let's have her clutching some pearls, shall we? Let's see. Where's something I can use for a little dot? Hang on. Let me get out my... Speaking of stamps, see, I've got my foam stamps are separate. I'm going to look for a dot. Let's see if I can find a dot. We're going to make her clutch her pearls. Clutch her pearls, Whippy. The other thing that we haven't done lately, I can't find a dot. The other thing we haven't done lately is the prompt jar. Okay, let's see. Maybe, no, that's not flat enough. Maybe the back of that. Let me find the back of it. Oh, I know what, an eraser. That's probably good. Let's take the, there we go. This will probably work. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. She's going to be clutching her pearls. Oh my. This is Whippy clutching her pearls. Hey, Christy. And then maybe over here, let's just have some. We'll have them kind of hold behind. She's holding them behind her head here. And kind of maybe coming out from behind her head. She's clutching her pearls. Look, because they're going to get away from her. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the pearls are going to get away from her, Whippy. You're going right off the page. Oh no. There's Whippy clutching her pearls. Okay, real quick, let me look again. Y'all like that? Okay, hang on. Oh, let's see. I don't think they're in the tubs. Let's see. So I got tubs too, but I don't think they're in there. Move this off of here and see. I think they would be. They're in a set, so they're probably going to be in my the sets are usually in the flipping file, not in the tubs, but I'm looking. There's an alphabet, that's not it, that's not it. Okay, it's not in this tub. Clutch your pearls a little harder. Clutch them, Whippy, I'm looking. Not in that box. That's not, that's... Alright, let me look in the flip again. I'm going to flip again. Stencil stamps. I found it! Declutch your pearls! Declutch, Whippy! Declutch! Found it. See, this is how I store. And then I flip, 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 right? All right, so here we go. Uh-oh, one little raccoon got away. We don't want any of them to get away. All right, let's move this for just a second. I've got to dry the pearls. Clutching, clutching. Okay. So, let me get us something to stamp on here. Hang on. I should just stamp the whole alphabet so you can see them, but... All right. Oh, there's the frog. Where's the raccoon go? Oh, no? Where's the spot for the raccoon? There's got, oh, there it is, right there. Okay, let's find the alligator. Let me turn it over. Where is he? Ah, here he is. Well, you can see, that's what he looks like right there. There's the alligator. Is that our alligator that everybody is so concerned about? Oh my goodness. I don't know if that's it or not. Let me get a black. Well, let's do this purple one here. Let's see. needs to be green, but I'm going to do it in purple first here, just because I have it. I need to get a stamp pad, a acrylic block. It's not, don't call Rach. Do not let Rach 0113 know I'm stamping, please. That's him? Okay, Whippy, we can calm down now. You can declutch your pearls. Let me clean them off. Oh, gee. Panic resolved. I'll have to stamp some out for when I send her the confetti. Right? If she comes back in the room, we'll show it to her again. All right, let me take a sip of coffee. It's sitting here. I'd like to bookmark everyone here who has a site to share learning. Yeah, bookmark, writing names down. That's what we all have to do because, yeah. All right, let me dry the pearls. Oh, you want to see them up close? All right, hang on. Here's the paper. That's him up close. That's as close as I can get without it. And again, I didn't take time to stamp him neatly, so he's all fuzzed, kind of messy, but there he is. There he is. You saw him? Okay. There you go. All right, let's dry the pearls. Can you stamp the gator on this page? Pearls released. Yeah, if y'all are just joining us, this book is going to Caged Fish Carla. It's my way to shout out our YouTube channel. Okay, let's see. There might be a couple damp pearls here. Let me make sure I'm not... I gotta put something between this page now while that dries. Well, I really don't want to smear the pearls. I got to get crack-a-lackin', however much we get done. Uh-oh, see, I'm smearing, this side's not dry. I got like an hour left. Right at an hour. So whatever we get done in an hour is what Carla's getting. And she'll have to finish the book herself. See, this is why you put something in between. Just want to make sure there's no... Yeah, I think that came off of the, what do you call it? Wax paper. I need clean wax paper. Let me dry this. She's going to have a tattoo on her arm. Carla, a tattoo will need to be drawn there or glued on. All right, let's make sure. All right, let's find another page. Let's do these girls. Just paint them out. Got a lot of girls we can paint out. The black pages are kind of awesome like they are. See, like this is awesome like this, right? That's awesome just to, you could do something with that artistic. Same for this. I don't want to do anything on those kind of pages. All right, let's do her. Let's paint her out. Let's pick a new color that we haven't used yet. Let's put some of these colors away so we can do new colors. So we're not repeating. I'm going to keep out my white. The antique maroon, is that what we used on that? Let's go with it. I like this antique maroon. We're going to go with that. Let's add just a little bit of black to it. Dark brown. Let's just darken it up. Just so I'm kind of trying to do kind of a, dark color like this background here, kind of a browny purple color. Let's see. And after this, I'm definitely going to have to go clean out my water jar. Yeah, it's a catalog. Yes, it was a Chanel catalog that. See, I need paper behind here. Let me get some fresh wax paper here. Well, I should say dry wax paper. It's not necessarily clean, but it's dry. Because if I keep putting the wet wax paper behind here, I'm going to ruin the page behind it, right? Yeah, JJ sent me these catalogs a while back, a couple years ago, I think. I've used some, but I haven't used them all. So we're going to kind of do this wood grain thing here. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to have to take 2 coats, so let me get rid of the white first. Let me get rid of the white. Yeah, and at the beginning of the show, Carla, before you came in, I showed magazine journals and my cityscape journal where I do this kind of thing in them. But I don't want to take the time to show them again now because then we won't get anything done. We're barely getting anything done now. But you know, we love our rabbit trails around here. All right, so let me just get rid of the white, then we'll do some painting over. Sometimes it takes a couple coats. All right. Okay, yeah. All right, let me hit this with the heat gun so that I can put another coat on. Yeah, if I stop, you won't get any more pages in your book. You'll have to do all the pages yourself. Okay, I think it's dry enough to start now. Because now, see how it kind of has a wood grain thing there? I want to just kind of do a streaky wood grain thing going on. And then also repaint over the edges and around her. So anyway, this is this kind of thing like Vicki BR's journal that she just showed, you know, Shannon Green's. All those, they're all the same kind of fun. They're like no stress unless you make it stressful. But they're not meant to be stressful. They're meant to be like, you know, just to play with color, play with texture, play with collage, paint, ink, you know, just a mixed media play journal. They're not meant to, you know, have to be, you know, anything really. And now Shannon, I've only watched, what is it? She calls the other ones that she's doing. I've only watched, she has a couple parts. It's not the En Masse journal. It's a For Nothing journal. What does she call them? Somebody tell me. She's calling them, because I have mine are called desk journals, where you just throw everything in it. But Shannon's calling hers a little bit different variety, and she's calling it not anything goes. Journals for no reason. Journals for, thank you, Carla. Journals for no reason. Yeah. So, you know, all of it, you know, they're just to play in. The magazine journals, the junk journals, the, you know, journaling by fives, all that. They're just, you know, chill people, chill. Kind of journals. Okay, so there we go. See? Doesn't that look awesome? All right, so let's come back over here and put the second coat. And then if you want to do other things in it, you could turn it into a glue book. That's what I was thinking for Carla on this one. I was thinking Carla could turn this into like glue book on top of this kind of magazine journal. You know, she could do glue book on top of it. She can do whatever she wants, obviously. You know, I'm just You know, it's just for a shout out for her, but I'm coming to get some more paint out. Let's see, maybe a little bit more black, a little bit more black, and a little bit more maroon. All right, come on. I know there's some more in there. Come on. Come on. I got to stock up on a couple of colors. Where's my maroon? Is this it? Deep burgundy? I think that's it, yeah. Hey, Sammy Jammy. I'm trying to kind of do a wood grainy look. It's more burgundy. Yep, just a little bit of fun today. A little bit of funnage. Let's put some streaks in that. Let's put some let's put some raw sienna in there. Wood grain it up. Someone, what is gesso? Hey Sharon, it's just like acrylic medium. Let me put it this way. I don't use gesso because I don't feel I need it because I just use white paint for what I do with it. But gesso can like coat your pages, your canvases, or whatever. It's like it's a gel, not a gel, an acrylic medium that you can, and it comes in black, comes in white, comes in clear. Here's what I don't like about gesso. Unless you get like maybe golden gesso, the gessos that are reasonably priced, I have found are gritty. And it gives your page some tooth, which I guess, you know, that's really the purpose of it, coating and some tooth. I don't like it. I don't like the grittiness of it. I don't like it. So that's just me, you know, don't email me. I mean, there's times where you know, like if you got a gesso a canvas or something, I've always bought pre-gessoed canvases. I've never had to really gesso my own duck cloth or anything. Yeah, it's like a primer is the word I was looking for. Thank you, Sammy Jam. A primer. It's like a primer. But canvases now, you know, it's not like you have to gesso your own. You know, again, you know, if you want to make your own canvases, if you want to buy your own duck cloth, stretch it, mount it, make your own, you know, and if you're doing huge giant paintings, I could understand wanting to do your own, or if that's all you did was, you know, big canvases where it was better affordable for you to stretch your own, gesso your own canvases, then it probably would be worth it. But for most of us that are just doing smaller paintings and smaller, you know, I'm saying like under 2 feet, you know, you might as well just buy pre-gessoed canvases that are already ready to go, you know. Hey, Miss Allie, yes, I know, I see. But for me, I just don't find that I need to gesso anything. You know, if I need something covered with white, I white paint it. And I know you can gesso your canvases, sand them down, gesso them again, sand them down, make them smooth as silk. But that's just not what I do. So again, guys, it's just not something I do. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. Don't anybody email me. And I know somebody's going to make some smart aleck remark. Don't trust me. I know. I don't mean y'all. I mean, I just, comments about it. All right, I got to get a fresh baby wipe because that's got white paint on it. Get rid of the white paint. I just don't find it. Now, let me say this, though. Paula will gesso her journal pages, and it turns it into a resist for her when she's doing other techniques on it. And she can do some awesome things with it. I just don't do those techniques. Not that there's anything wrong with any of it, guys. Just trust me. There's nothing wrong with any of it. No, not for me, Sarah. Sarah, I go commando in my painting. Sarah's gesso's like underwear. my painting, my work goes commando. Sarah. And again, guys, it just depends on your technique. Okay, let me try this, or Carla's not going to get a finished book. I don't like grittiness. I don't like the grittiness of the cheaper gessos. I guess it just depends on what you want to do. Nothing wrong with it. Don't email me. Not really, Silver. I don't really get an adverse reaction to it. For me, it's not necessary. Let's put it that way. But then again, people will say, well, you don't need to use Golden Matte Medium. Just use Mod Podge. Well, it's not the same. I invest my extra money I did get some sent to me by Golden, but I'm running out. I'm going to have to start buying it again. But I love my Golden Matte Medium. Nothing compares to Golden Matte Medium. Just saying it. That needs to go in the Wingnut book. Okay, I think we got that done. So there we go. So what do y'all think about that one? I like that page. Okay, I got the fan on. It's blowing all my wax papers around. Okay, before I do anything, guys, I am going to have to go clean my water. You're right, Sarah. It's not. Okay, let me go get some fresh water because I got just black water now, and it's gonna. If I use any light colors, we're going to have trouble. Where's Terry? Trouble Terry. All right, let me go. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a minute. Okay. Went ahead and got some fresh coffee while I was down there. Let me get some paper towel roll under my water. I just put a little stack, like this is what it looks like off to the side, like that. So I can dab off my brushes on the paper towel. All right. There's a lot of water off my floor. All right. Sip of coffee, we'll go to another page. Anything going on? The earth, a boss of my grit. Yes. Not to be confused with grits. Okay. All right, let's see what else we can do. Again, we're not going to finish this, guys. We're not going to finish all this. I don't want to do another wood grain page. Let's see. Carla's going to have a lot of work to finish in this book because I thought I could get more done today, but with the rabbit trails we do, let's do a teal page. With the rabbit trails we got going on in this group, that's not likely, is it? All right, so then we're going to go with black and teal on this one. I think I'll scrape. Let's do painted black and scrape on teal. Why is this one? I can't even get this one open. Let me get another one here. Oops, sorry guys, bumped my head on the camera. Okay, so we're going to do a scrape on this one. So we're going to paint black. I know I have another black somewhere. Can't believe I'm running out of black paint. I gotta stock up. Do you like the golden fluid or it's just matte medium. It's not gel. If that's what you mean, Whippy. It's the matte medium, which is liquidy. The gel, the matte gel is thick. I like the liquidy, okay? It's like the same consistency as this paint. Okay, so let's get back to... Oh, great, I'm going to use black, and it's going to get I'm going to have to go get more water. All right, so what I want to do... paint all this out, and then we're going to scrape it with blue. We're going to scrape it with teal. Let me get another. Are you blaming us for your inability to crack-a-lack today? Yes, I am, Jeannie. Hang on, I'm going to get the whip app out. If I can find the baby. I haven't used it in a while. There it is. We're getting crack-a-lacking. Rabbit trails are not to be blamed on anybody. Rabbit trails are just what they are. They're just what they are. Okay, well, I'll show you what it looks like here. Hang on, Whippy. Find a jar with here we go. This is a small jar, but this is what it looks like. Golden, matte, medium. And all it means is it's non-shiny. It's matte. It's not shiny. That's what matte is. Okay? It's not heavy gel. It's not thick. It's not extra strength. It's just plain old matte medium. I got some of the other ones too, but that's the one I use when you see me collaging all the time. All right. Anyway, I just hope y'all had a little bit of some fun today, some little giggles, and a little shout out to Carla and everybody else that we've talked about today. All right, so, whoops, so what I want to do, I'll get another baby wipe. Just kind of smear that around a little bit. So we're going to scrape. We're going to scrape. You nicked me. I nicked you? How did I do that? Matte, matte on Amazon, they have that in the fluid matte medium. This is just plain old matte medium. Okay? All right, let me hit this with the heat gun. Heat gun! Bye, Carla! You're welcome. Be looking for Happy Mail. Yeah, I had a bunch of Happy Mail to get done on Tuesday. I spent, is today Wednesday? Yeah, for those of y'all that watch Survivor, tonight's the Survivor final. There's a bunch of us that tweet during Survivor, live tweet during Survivor. And tonight's the final. It'll be a 2-hour, and probably with another hour interviews with the people afterward. But so anyway, yesterday, Tuesday, was usually Monday I stream all day. Tuesday I spend at least a half a day doing Happy Mail. And then Wednesday, the rest of the week I'll catch up on keep working on commissions, portraits, and other things. And then in between, if I get, just want to break from that, then I'll stream like today. I really hadn't planned on streaming today, and I actually started an hour later than normal because I had some stuff I had to do this morning. But Jean, Sassy Pants asked me if I would, or if I was going to. So I did, and that's when I said, well, what am I going to do? Then I thought, well, let me do this, and I thought of Carla. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, see the teal, and maybe you don't, but there's like teal, neon teal. So let me get another piece of wax paper here. I just want to make sure I get dry pieces so I'm not messing up the page behind it with wet paint. All right, so let me put this in there. Let me get some, I'm going to scrape. I'm just going to get a little bit on here. We're just going to scrape. Let's go up and down this time. Go this way. Hope tonight's... Oh yeah, Terry, I know. Terry's usually at work. We have to fill her in on Twitter. This is what's going on, Terry. So yeah, that looks kind of cool right there. And the same over on this side. Yeah, I like the teal on the black too. And that's what I was saying earlier when showing the magazine journals, is that's what I would always try to do, is pick something out of the background for the color inspiration. And then go with that. So that's what I did here. All right, so let me go ahead and dry this, and then that's all I'm going to do on this page. And we'll go on to another one and use up that teal and black on another page. Yes, I love my Post-it notes. Love my Post-it notes. I love the Post Toasties. I got that right here with my grilled cheese on it. I know. Mark the chicken. Hashtag Mark the chicken. It's dead meat tonight. Literally dead meat, right, Janet? Someone's got to eat Mark. No, you know what's going to happen? I could just see this happening, Janet. What's his name? What's his name? That Mark the chicken's daddy. What's his name? I could just see him winning the whole thing and being on the final, holding the chicken. I could just see him holding the chicken. Just looked up and the page is all, oh, thanks, Grammy. Yeah, I could see him winning and holding the chicken on the final with Jeff. They're on the final stage getting his check. And he's got the chicken under his arm. Ty, yeah, Ty. Yeah, I so see Ty taking the chicken with him. Or if he gets kicked off and doesn't make it, I can so see him taking that chicken with him and making him a pet. Okay. All right. So there's a little bit of, still a little bit of non-dry right there. I know, right, Silver Screen? Silver Screen, if you want to put your daughter's, I don't think do you have a YouTube, Silver Screen? Your daughter does, because she shouted you out in my comments. I went and followed her because she was so sweet. You can put your daughter's YouTube in there. I'll shout it out. I can't think of the name of it right this second. But if you put it in there, I'll repeat it. And ask you, too, if you have a YouTube, Silver Screen. Okay, so there we go. I think it's dry enough. You got to be careful, though. You don't want to close the book with wet paint because it will stick and ruin. I mean, you'll tear it when you reopen it. Yeah, you got to write it down, Queenie. Don't think that it's because you're old that you can't remember everybody's names. Trust me, we all write them down, refer to them until we get to know you. And it's tough. It is tough when there's so many. All right, so let me take out all the things again here. Let's keep moving. Let's get a couple more pages done. About 30 minutes, guys. Got about 30 minutes, and that's it. Tell me the name, Silver Screen. It's coming up as a link and not a name. And I'm not repeating those numbers. Don't make me repeat those numbers. I need the name. Because I can't click on it now. I don't want to disconnect you guys, which sometimes happens. So what's her name? Or is that her channel that you're linking? Or is that your channel? Just tell me the name. Queenie makes me feel better. You're almost, oh, Trina. We're not all old, Sammy. Trina says she's almost 70. I think Miss Rose is the oldest in our group. She's our octogenarian. Yeah, Silver Screen, it's coming up as just type in the name. Type in the name of the channel rather than a link, because I can't repeat it. I want to repeat it for you. I want to shout you out. Lovely Casey Lattes or it's Lovely Kate. All right, let me just say it out. Lovely, Lovely, Casey, Cacey, and I'm not sure if it's lattes or Casey Lattes, but it's Lattes. Lovely Casey, Lattes. That's Silver Screen's daughter. Now, do you have one, Silver Screen? Yeah, I knew that was your daughter. I just couldn't think of it like right now. So. Okay, so let me see. Let me keep flipping here. And I should be going front to back so we don't make it bent. So you got a little bit of wet paint on the edge and that makes them stick. Yes. There's our Karl Lagerfeld. Uh-oh. Do we have a stickage? No, it's okay. Got this one. And again, I'm doing this for Carla Caged Fish. Kind of shout out her channel. Oh, we did tear a page out there at one time. So let me get that. Well, it's not going to matter. Hopefully, it's going to use it as a glue book. Yours is Silver. Okay, let me write down. Because I didn't know you had one, Silver Screen. Silver Screen is Silver Crown Studio. Okay, Silver Crown Studio. Okay. I haven't been to your channel. I've been to your daughter's because she shouted you out. Yeah, and daughter's Lovely Lacey. Oh, Lacey. Lovely Lacey. Okay. She spelled, oh, just so you know, Lacey, your mom spelled your channel wrong. She put Casey. We're going to throw shade on your mom. Okay, so it's Lovely Lacey Lattes or It's Lattes. I'm not sure how she pronounces it. Lovely Lacey, not Casey. The catalog, Miss Allie, it was a Chanel catalog. It's like 50 pages. JJ sent it to me, and I just thought we would use that. But okay, so we got that one done. We got a few done. It's not the 50 I wanted to get done, but yeah. We'll do a couple more. I think we have time for maybe one more. We have time for one more. No shade throwing. Oh, let's see. We'll find something with some color in it. So, oh, we did the pearls. There's Whippy clutching her pearls. They got away from her. Let's see, we got one more page. See, I don't want to get anything sticking here. Let's see. Maybe that one. Okay, we'll do this. We'll paint these girls out, and then that'll be it. Okay, let's see. Let's do some different color now. Let's don't do any of the same colors. We want something different. I'm trying to do as many different colors as we can, right? I'm running out of space. Running out of space. Let's put the pink back there. Yellow back up there. I know what we'll do. This will be a nice, fun thing to do at the very end. We will take my 6 colors of Dylusions paints. My 6 colors. And we'll scrape a little of each color on. How about that? All right, so I'm going to get it on the lid. I'm going to shake it up because I want to get it on the lid. Plus, you don't like your paints to get, you don't want them to get... Make sure the lids are on before you do this. Oh, I love the journal for no reason idea. Yeah, go look at Shannon Green. Shannon's doing the love the journal for no reason. I have a hard time focusing on a theme or making pages into something. Yeah, and there's also the En Masse journal that she's done. And Vicki, if Vicki's still here, Vicki, put the link into your channel too. Cajun Stamper, it's a bit abbreviated though. STMPR, yeah. Cajun Stamper STMPR is Vicki BR. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's just start with the lightest color. We'll just take a little bit of each. What we're going to do is I'm just going to clean off my palette knife. Now, I don't want to contaminate this, right? I don't want to contaminate my paints. Let me clean them off really well. Let me clean it off as much as I can. It's got crusty paint. This is the way you clean a palette knife. There you go. That's how you clean a palette knife. You just peel off the paint that's crusted over. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a little bit of fun and giggles today. I just wanted to have a little bit of a fun show. Let Jean take a nap. Jean's got a nap. Okay, so I think I got most of the crusty paint off there. All right, so this is what I want to do. I want to do it with each of the 6 colors, and no particular thing. I'm just going to pick up some yellow. And I'm going to just scrape yellow, right? I'm just going to put a little bit of the paint of every color on these 2 pages. And the Dylusions are pretty, they're nice thick paints. I like them. And the only thing that kept me from buying them at first is for some reason I thought they were going to be not what they are. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of the yellow, close that up. And I am waiting for Michaels to get the new colors. My Michaels has not got the 12, I think, new colors. And I've only got 6 colors. I didn't buy black, white, brown, dark blue. There's a few colors I didn't buy. But I'm waiting for the new colors to come out of Michaels, and when they come out, I'll buy a few more. Jean got some of the new colors. Music Scrap Jean, she got some of the new colors. Do I find out supplies? Yes. Yeah, there's coupons all week going on at Michaels. Okay, now let's go with, and the red, see the red to me looks so orange. It doesn't really look true red. I'm hoping the new red is redder. Because this, and that's the other one I didn't buy either, orange. I didn't buy the orange. Because the red looks so orange to me. It still does. It doesn't look true red. I mean, look, this is red to me. It looks orange. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But I'm just hoping the new Dylusions red is redder, okay? Okay, so we're just gonna put a little bit of each color. Yeah, Shannon Green. Yeah, she's doing she's got all kinds, everybody knows Shannon. We shout her out all the time. Shannon does all kinds of wonderful mixed media journals. All right, so there's the red. Now let's take some teal. And again, I want to make sure and clean off my palette knife so I'm not putting the red in the purple and the, all the mixing the colors there. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up a little teal and just scrape a little here and there. In this case, I'm not trying to cover up like the whole background. If you want to do that, you could paint out all the edges white first. I just kind of want it to be this, what it is. Yeah, it's like a vermilion, Sarah. It is. It's like a vermilion. Okay, so there we go. A little bit of the teal. I'm just going to put a little of the 6 colors I have and then just leave it like that. Real, bright and cheerful. Like us. All right, lime green. Uh-oh. Bye, Jeannie. Hi and bye, Jeannie. I think I said hi to you earlier. Okay, a little bit of the, I'm just putting it where there's no color. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoy the shout out videos that we do here. We'll try to shout out a YouTuber every now and then. Because we shout out each other on Ustream all the time. We're great about that. Okay, a little pink. And then purple. Okay, so I'm going to take a little pink. And Jean put all her Dylusions in little jars. Because, and I got to tell you, they are, I knocked one over one time. They're easy to knock over. You do got to be kind of, Okay, a little bit of pink. And I'm putting this on a little thick here, so I won't close this page for an hour or so. Even with the heat gun, I wouldn't trust this to stay non-sticky for a while, right? Yeah, Packer Dye is another one that does awesome mixed media collage stuff. And she's in the current issue of Somerset Studio Journal magazine. The art journal. It's called Art Journal. And I'll check that out too. Okay. Now we're going to go with the purple. And this is the last color I have. So I'm just going to kind of fill in areas that are... I don't want to get it muddy because all the paint's wet, and if I'm not careful, they'll just, mush together. So I got a light touch here, just lightly. And then I'm taking my palette knife and wiping it off right here, so I don't contaminate the paints. The red spot on the far left looks like a seahorse. right there. It does kind of look like a seahorse. Maybe Carla will make it one. All right, guys, so I think that's going to do it right there. Oh, let's put a little bit of purple right there. What do y'all think? That looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Something different. Yeah, my Michaels is 5 miles and my Hobby Lobby is 3 miles, Sarah. It's dangerous. Dangerous. Now, let me pick all these up, make sure all the lids are on good. Oops, that lid's not on good. There we go. And we'll let that one just sit and, dry well. All right, so let's see if I can show you the pages that we have done. We got this one. This one, this one. Let's go the other way without closing the book. Let me clean the paint off my finger there. We have this one. We obviously did not get 50 pages done, but we got to start, right? That one's just fine. We got that red. The wood grain. The clouds. Oh, thanks, Sister Woman. Just be a fun, glue book. Mixed media, whatever, we're all calling them so many different names anymore. Just to play in. A play journal. A journal to play in. I'm going to move all my stamps. So anything, real quick, guys, we've got a couple minutes. Do you have any questions or want to see anything? See, I'll use this up in my desk journal. That's what I call mine, where I just, I'll move this off to the side. The journal I'm using to scrape off paint and use up bits of collage is this one. It's this one right here. And it's just a couple pieces of chipboard, well actually 3 pieces of chipboard covered with scrapbook paper, duct taped, and rubber banded. So this is my current desk journal. I've shown y'all my desk journals a bunch of times. But, I just find somewhere to, open up, scrape the excess paint that kind of matches or whatever. Or it doesn't even have to match, actually. But I'll use it up so that this paint that's in my palette or little bits of collage won't go to waste, right? And then sometimes I've shown you where I've taken some of it and made more on a page. And I've done that especially in my leather journals, where I'll go in my leather journals. I'll show you a couple pages in those. Yeah. I hope so, Grammy. So this is what I'll do with the excess paint, right? And yeah, this one is pretty thick. But all the paper is, guys, this is just 11 by 14 printer paper, the cheapest, printer paper, folded in half to make signatures. And then that's what that is. Okay, so let me just move this one out of the way and let it dry. And I'll just show you a couple pages in a couple of my leather journals. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I can't let everything. I got all my molies are being held up by it. So let's take a minute. These are 2 of the ones that I call them finished. It's not that they're completely finished, but I've moved on from these 2. I've got 1, 2, 3 other leather ones up there and tons of other ones. But I use these for quite a while. Let me see if I can show you a few pages in. So it may start with just some scrape paint, and then I might go and doodle on there, okay? Or I might go in and finish more like this. So this started out with just scrape paint and bits of whatever, And then I go in and paint little scenes in there. Like, here's another one. And it's just with leftover stuff. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see. And some are more finished than others. That one got, see, if you don't let it dry in the crevice, it'll stick in the crevice. So they're just like, this one's not done. I'll do a quick flip through these. And I have pulled them down and added things to them. And then when I do that when I do it on a stream and I'm not careful to let it dry, I do end up with some pages sticking, but it's not because of the paint or anything. It's because I don't let it dry. If you don't let stuff dry, it will stick. And these pages are not gessoed. And they're not glued together. I don't glue any pages together, even in the thinnest of composition books. I don't even glue those together. Bye, Juju. So you can see, this is like leftover paints, papers, whatever, sprays, inks. And then I can go in and just, work on them whenever, if I feel like it or not. Just bits of collage or, whatever. Leftover stencil. This one's more done. Aw, thanks, Silver Screen. I appreciate that. Saying I'm an inspiration. I knew what you meant. Thank you. See, some pages don't have really anything on them. And then some I've taken and done more on. More on, not a moron. I've done more on them, like this one. Trying to find some that have a little bit more finish. Some of them just like, that's leftover napkins right there. Let's see what else. Again, I think some of these I've added paint to and not let them dry, because I can tell I've scraped some excess paint on this. And there's my whirling dervishes. That's what Hubster calls me. He says I'm his whirling dervish. Yeah. What else do I have in here? See, this is what it starts out with. Just bits of paint, bits of, paper, collage. And remember, you can do this. It doesn't have to be an expensive leather journal. I do the same thing in these. I've shown these to you hundreds of times too. Do the same thing in these little composition books. Same thing. Same exact thing. Just little bits of whatever left. Throw it in a book. This page started coming apart. I just taped it. So just use those little bits, scrape those little bits of paint and little tiny pieces of collage and put them, like I said, I call mine desk journals. You can call them whatever you want. Just, leftover journals. Just got a piece. Oh, see, I did put a piece of something in there so that wouldn't stick. Oh, thanks, Silver. See, just see. Just... And we've done a lot of these on, we've done quite a few finishing of these on streams before. So let's see, there's just some with just some bits collaged on there. So yeah, let's see what else I got in here. Now look, see, this one has been smashed together because I have so many books on top of it. Look, I'm even getting indentations. Oh, this poor book. It's not peeling the paint, though. I like this one. I've always wanted to finish this, but then I think I really like it like it is. Oh, do you paint on copy paper and thin coloring book? Yeah, I color in my color books, Mel. All my color books I paint in. You've seen me. Let me see if I can kind of bend this one, because I think what I've done is smash this one too much. There's one. Yeah, I color in every color book. Yeah, this poor book. I've had this one quite a while. I really like her too. She's really like her. I like this too. I liked her and the column. It looked like they were almost the same thing. So, you like the little comp journals? Yeah. So you can see we've done quite a bit. And here's an example, and I love the way this happened. I tore a page out of a magazine, and this face was behind it, exactly like this. That was a happy accident in a magazine. I said, I've got to glue that in a book. Because I tore her face in half, and his was right behind it. So I put that in there like that. And then this one I call Ponytails. So yeah, a little bit of everything. Yeah, so these are a couple of desk journals. Now these are the leather ones, and again, they're expensive, guys. No joke. They're like $40 each. They're Italian leather journals, but I use them. They last forever. You know, they really last a long time. So yeah. But I just kind of moved on to other easier, just make my own rubber band journals or use, whatever. So anyway, so that's it, guys. I guess we'll head on out, about ready to run out of time. Oh, you're welcome. And hello, Shar. Yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I think Carla will have fun playing in that journal. So y'all make sure and visit her channel, Caged Fish. I'll put a link in the description box. And we'll see you guys later. You'll have a great day. You're welcome. Bye. Medium-sized brush for right now. And I just I dampen off the brush, and then I damp it off on a paper towel right there. Yeah, I think, I think JJ sent this to me a couple years ago. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a magazine journal. So I'm just going to start. We kind of want I am probably going to I might need some wax paper just so I don't stick the pages together. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's not like this has to be that neat, right? You've been working out for over a year and you're ready to move on. Well, now yeah. Well, but you know what, Julie? Keep it handy. That's what I do with desk journals. I have all kinds of desk journals. I never really finish them. but I'm always working in them. And I'll pull out different ones for different, whatever I'm what kind of like in the mood for, that week or whatever, just to have something to throw paint in. Okay, good. All right. Thank you, Angie Bell. I thought maybe you were ignoring me. No, I figured you were probably out of town, actually. I thought maybe she's on the roller derby circuit this week. So, all right. So I'm just going to paint. I think that'll be a pretty color. I'm going to do the front and back. And we'll just see where it takes us. We'll see where it takes us. I think I want to get rid of the... Let's see. Let's just go this way. We'll have to put 2 coats. You know what? I should have probably put black first. Well, or white. I'll just put 2 coats. I think we'll just go this way. We'll put 2 coats of red. To cover, because red, yellow, and lime green are translucent, so you usually see through them, So we're just going to play with a magazine, or a catalog in this case. So let that dry, we'll put another coat on there. And we might do some collaging too. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. You leave it on your desk? Yeah. Do you have a YouTube? Jill, you could show us yours. Hey, Carrie. Anybody else popping in? I don't think Julie has a YouTube channel. Wish she did. She has a Facebook, but I don't know if she's been posting. Have you posted any of your magazine journal pages on Facebook, Julie? I don't remember. It's hard for me to keep up with who posts where, right? This is drying pretty quick, so I've got 2 fans on and 6 lights, so it's drying pretty quick. So yeah, let me allow links here. I don't think Sherry opened them. Yes, she did. Okay. There you go. Links are open if you want to direct link it, Julie. Anybody else too? I got a little bit. I didn't want red on her hand. Gotta get my baby wipes at the ready. So if you're just joining us, I'll paint over it. I'm going to try to do a magazine journal. It's a catalog, but I'm going to try to finish a whole catalog in the show. I'm not sure how many pages are in here. I didn't count them. But it's essentially a painting out process rather than a covering up rather than a collaging over process. Yeah, she was. Yeah, I don't know, Carrie. I figured you had gone to get that second cup of coffee, and since Sherry was here early. I want to get this dry so I can turn it over and do the back. We're doing a magazine journal. Okay, I think that's dry. All right, so there we go. We got the covers done. All right, so let me use up some of this red. I'm just going to randomly open a page here. And let's just do these 2. This one's black already. I think I'll just, if it's a black page like that, I think I might just leave that and then maybe collage on here. And then on the other pages, see, again, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to need a, I don't mind paint getting over the edge. I just don't want to stick the pages together. I don't want to stick the pages together with paint. So it probably would be better if I put a piece of wax paper. So I don't have to think about it, just along the edges while I'm doing it. Otherwise, I'll be sticking them together. I know I will. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's going to be kind of chillax day. There's no real thinking to this. I think I'll make this one let's make this one kind of messy. Let's do that. I know it is early for you, Colleen, but like you said, Tom woke you up, so, and tell him we're all, hoping the best for him. How you doing, sister woman? Hope you're feeling better. I know you weren't feeling well last week. I think it was last week. I lose track of time. I really do. I lose track of time. So we're just going to paint out a catalog. It's a catalog. And we're going to just paint it out like a magazine journal. You did stream yesterday. Started working on your first tunnel book. Okay, I'm not sure what a tunnel book is, Sarah. Tell us what a tunnel book is and put your link in. A tunnel book. That sounds fun. I hadn't heard that one. I have to go run down and get me some coffee in a minute, too. My sister calls. Oh, yay! Well, congratulations, Mel, on your for your sister. We miss you too, sister woman. You're always so busy. Gadabout the country. Well, actually, the world. You and Darcy Glam. If y'all don't know, Scrappy Camper Sisters, Darcy Glam's sister, and they're the Scrappy Camper Sisters. And they usually do a Saturday stream the first Saturday of, the first Saturday of every month. Okay, let's hit that with a heat gun. We're going to be doing a lot of heat gunning, so, turn your volume down if it irritates you. Oh, okay, it's like a cutout book. Okay, so Sarah says it's a book where you can see from the first page all the way through to the back. Okay. Awesome. Make sure it's dry in the crevices because, when you close it, if you close it on wet paint, it's going to stick in the spine. And also, remember, it's best. Sorry, I know it's going to probably get loud because I'm going to be trying to talk over the. Hey, Jean. So what we're doing today is that I'm making this actually for a YouTuber who doesn't know it's for her. I literally thought of this 5 minutes before I came on. I said, well, I know what I want to do. So as a shout out to a YouTuber, since I didn't hear back from somebody this week. So this is for like a shout out for a YouTuber. I'm not drawing this person, but I thought I wanted to give her a shout out, but I'm not going to tell you who it is till the end. Aren't I terrible? And yeah, so I'm going to do this project and send it to her. Just because. We'll go back to drawing portraits next week. As my shout outs. Yes, I'm making a present. Well, it's just kind of like, it's not like a present. It's just a rack. We'll call it that. Well, I guess a rack is a present. But so I'm just using one of these catalogs that JJ had sent me a couple years ago. And it's been sitting on the to be used bookshelf. I have a bookshelf in the mural room. I have bookshelves everywhere, but the bookshelf in the mural room, I have a kids bookshelf that's all kids books, And then I have two other small shelves that are for books that I use for collaging or mixed media. Just, I hate to say I use them for cutting up, but that's really what they're there for. And so I store them on two bookshelves in the other room because I don't have room in here. The bookshelves that I have in my art room here are my art books, right? Okay, so there we go. I'm liking that. I think I'll do this corner up here too. Hey Katie, who else is here? Crocker too, Lynn. Hey everybody, thanks for being here. Popping in. It's impromptu Wednesday. I don't want to take too long because I'm not sure what time Joycey stream. I mean, if she's streaming, I haven't seen, but she usually streams at 1. So 10, 11, 12. Well, I wouldn't go longer than 3 hours anyway. So we'll see how far we get in 3 hours. If I don't finish it in 3 hours, I'll finish it off camera, Okay, so let me hit this with the heat gun. Okay, Jean, don't drop us. Don't drop us, Jean. When you carry us to the other room. Hey there, sister woman. Scrappy camper sister woman. You're up early, too. You girls got up early this morning. Everybody, Jean. Well, Jean's usually up. Well, she's awake, usually. Sherry's here early. Colleen, Jeannie. All of y'all are here earlier than normal. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you all. Using the heat gun. So let's see. I think that's dry. Okay, so there we go. We got that. Now let me put another coat here now that this is dry. And then we'll get on to the inside. Now, I've actually done a whole magazine in one show. Paint out one magazine in a show. That was a few years ago. But and again, just because I'm rushing doesn't mean you have to when you do a project, because I'm trying to get it all scrambled in 3 hours. Well, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Hey, Mel G. Hey, Sarah. I think Sarah did a stream. Did you stream what day today? Wednesday. Did you stream yesterday, Sarah? I haven't looked. Okay, there we go. Welcome everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and it's a Wednesday impromptu. I don't know how long I'll stream, depending on other streamers. I want to roll up my sleeves a little bit because we're going to get into the paint. It is a paint shirt, but I mean, I just don't like to drag paint along the, project. So we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to do a little project here that we'll see how it goes. And I had a person I wanted to give it to give a shout out to. I try to do a YouTuber drawing every now and then. Well, this person, I haven't even talked about drawing her, but I thought I would make her a little gift and talk about her. So we're going to use this old Chanel magazine. I think JJ sent me this a couple years ago, probably. Let me see if there's even a date on it. But we're going to turn it into a kind of a magazine journal, okay? We're going to kind of try to turn it into a magazine journal. Let me move this kind of out of the way. We're going to kind of turn it into a magazine journal, and I'm making it for somebody. Yeah, painting project, yeah. And I just thought of it 5 minutes ago. Well, 5 minutes before I got online. So we'll see how it works. But you all seen magazine journals before, where you take, let me grab one here and show you. I just showed them not too long ago. There's a couple of them. Now these are double up on the page. I mean the mag. This is like 2 magazines here. This is 2 magazines here. And what I do is I'll take and paint out things. Sometimes I'll add more collage, but it's pretty much a paint out thing. Like reversing out. Kind of like a reverse collage where you're painting out stuff. Well, that's kind of what I'm going to do. I don't think I'll say who it's for till the end. Hey, Jeannie. So anyway, I'll just say this. Now, don't give it away if you know who I'm thinking of, Juju. But Juju knows who I'm going to send this. I mean, I think Juju would guess who I'm sending this to. But don't say, Juju. Don't say, okay? But anyway, so we'll see if it turns out. Might not turn out. If it turns out like carp, we won't send it, okay? So here's the plan. It's just a catalog like of makeup models and stuff like that. But I thought we would do both paint out and collage, right? Yeah. So I'm going to get out some paint. It's got kind of like a, I don't know if it's like an old flag there and this girl on the front. But I think we'll start out with painting out the cover. And I'll get my trusty heat gun here because we're going to need that if we're going to go through page after page after page. I think we'll start, let's start with red. Or let's start with like burgundy red maybe. Let's see. Alizarin crimson. I got another alizarin. That one's almost empty. Got to find one that has some paint in it. Deep burgundy. That'll work. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. It'll be chillaxing. I mean, it's not a lot of thinking in it. Your first magazine journal had 400 pages, and the one you have now is 500, and it's taking. Well, you don't have to hurry, Julie. Her last name's not Topaz. It's not like a race, right? Well, unless you're streaming. That's what I told. I think it was Marie, Coach Marie on Twitter. She's coloring in the Pirate Girl, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I see why it's taken so long. I mean, I see why you talk about lightly shading. It's taken me forever." And I said, "Well, it's not a race." Unless you're streaming. So you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush any project. I think so. Angie Bell, did you answer your email? Yeah, because I'm thinking about next week, Angie. Okay, so, yeah, let me get some water, my water here. All right. Let me get a kind of a mid-sized brush. Let's get a heat gun. The other thing, too, when you're doing a magazine journal, I've shown it in the other ones. Let me grab it right here. And I'm not doing this thick of a one, so it may not matter as much. But if you just go from front to back in a magazine journal, this is what happens to the spine. And this one's got two. But see how it starts to bend? The spine starts to bend there. But if you go from front, back, front, back, front, back, it stays more. This is a different one. It still bends a little because I obviously still did more from the front, but it won't bend as much. So when you're doing one of these kind of things, you want to go do some in the front, some in the back, some in the front, some in the back. So if you have any questions, put them in caps. And if you're watching this recording, it's a live show with mostly live people. Some are sleeping, but it's... So, yeah, okay, so I kind of used up that red paint. I'll probably have to go get some fresh water, too, in my paint things. This is my, look. This is when y'all hear me over here cleaning my brush. And it's going to get dirty real quick, so I might even have to make a couple trips to clean my water out because... I'll be cleaning my brush a lot. Okay, so I want it kind of scruffy like that. You don't have to have them all perfectly flat. You can do it either way. All right, so now I'm just going to pick some random colors and kind of... The other thing in the magazines, that those other two books that I just showed you, they're old Somerset Studio. Well, not Somerset Studio, the Somerset Studio. They're Somerset Publications, Stampington Publications, like maybe the Blog one or the Apprentice one, or there's different ones. And they have a lot of color in them. This is, clothing and, Chanel catalog, so it's not a lot of color. Oh, let's do this one as a good example. So what you can do is you can pick out colors from the images and use that as your color base. Or two colors if you want, like maybe teal and this, maybe a pink or a coral, right? So you can do that. Let's go with this coral color, coral blush. So I'll probably need, also I'm going to have to need more than one, because I don't want to get, I'm going to have to keep the paint separate so I don't get muddy colors here. Did I miss something? You're going to, I keyed them, oh, okay. Your craft stuff's all. Oh, you're redoing your craft room, sister woman? Oh my gosh, that's a job in itself. I know. I didn't even redo my whole room with Denise's help. I just did like a throw out, All right, so let me get a couple more. Let me get another piece of wax paper. I just keep it once they're dry. Once the wax paper's dry, you can keep using them, All right, so let's go around these edges. All right, so if you have any questions, just holla. Now, you can do a couple things. You can go right along the edge of a piece, like, right up to the edge of a square, or you can just kind of paint it however. And you can still blend it. You can still blend it with your finger or a baby wipe. So don't feel like you have to stay right up on a line, right? You can go over, and I want to keep moving my wax paper down so I don't glue the pages together. But this is not going to be like a neat project. I mean, it's a quick and dirty, quick and dirty painting project. And if y'all just join me, this is going to somebody. I've already got in mind who I'm going to send this to. I haven't said yet. So.